Yes, we're back with another episode, another rider.
My name's Jerry from Serve Direct. We were just talking, we did an interview about working in Uganda, and one of my things is I love snakes. I love to catch snakes, and I love to catch big snakes. So my ambition is to hand catch a snake over 5 meters long. Not to catch and keep it, but actually just to catch it and then, release it in a safe place. So,
maybe he thought he was safe where he was.
That's right. Well, no, because actually quite a few things, they turn up in a community and they need to be, relocated somewhere. Otherwise, they're going to be killed. Oh, so, yeah. And that's what I was basically doing. So I've been called a few times to where a big python is found, and then we'll catch it and then move it and release it somewhere in the bush where it can then sort of carry on.
Can you eat a python?
They are edible.
Don't eat your friends.
But you can't eat it. Yeah, you can't. How can you eat a friend? Yeah, how can you eat a snake? Apparently, it tastes like chicken. It's a very, very big.
It tastes like chicken.
It's a very big chicken fillet. So, but yeah. So I caught one that was 4.3 meters long. So it's 14 feet, and that was a very amusing one because, in fact, we knew I was called to where the snake had been seen. And you saw this, it was quite long grass, it must have been 3 feet, this grass. But you could see like a track in the grass, and then it just disappeared into a thicket. And I was like, there must be around here somewhere. Yes, yeah. And then suddenly realised that I was standing on it. I was standing on the snake, because the ground literally moved underneath me.
Did he bite you? Or
no, he didn't actually. Well, he wasn't particularly happy when I then jumped on his head and caught him and that sort of thing.
So what did you do? One of those crocodile Steve Irwin move when you kind of with your legs like you're going to ride it and
well, basically yes, yeah. Effectively, with a big python, there's two important bits. One is obviously the head, because the teeth are nasty. These things, and they're not poisonous, but they can rip a muscle off. For example, their teeth, because they've got backward pulling teeth. If a big python grabs and pulls, it can literally rip a complete muscle off you. So you want to get hold of the head, and you also want to get hold of the tail, because if you've got control of the tail, then it can't wrap three. The key is you cannot have 3 coils around you. If you've got 3 coils around you, you're in trouble, because they then can really squeeze, and they use the coils to pull against each other. So that's the key. So the head and the tail. So normally you need someone on the tail. So if I grab the head, I need someone else to sort of jump on the tail to stop it causing me a bit of damage. Anyway, on this particular other occasion, we were driving at night and we came around a corner, and literally it looked like a telegraph pole was across the road, and realised that it wasn't actually a telegraph pole, it was a python, but you couldn't see the head or the tail. I mean, it was huge. This thing was massive.
And the road was wider than the road country lane we're on now.
It was about the same. It was huge.
So this is a 6 metre road.
Yeah, so it was quite a big snake.
On the interview.
Yeah, it was quite big, and it was going across the road. So I stopped the car, but of course it was pitch black at night. And as it went across the road, I grabbed its tail. But the problem was that I could hear the hissing. The volume of hissing was so loud, and we couldn't see where the head was, and you just knew at any minute this is really going to hurt, and this is going to hurt badly. But so I was calling out for other people to get out the car and grab the tail for me, and there was no chance. You must be mad. We're not getting out the car. So
I could just interrupt. I was quite happy watching.
That's right, man.
Yeah, somebody needs to take the photos.
Yeah. So that was anyway. Most people think that every snake is dangerous and so forth, but most snakes, I've caught hundreds of snakes in Uganda, and I would say 95% are non-poisonous. So it's and so I normally just relocate them, because if there's such a fear of snakes that they normally just get killed. So
snakes reproduce en masse, don't they? Like have 100 babies.
Yeah, but they're wiped out indiscriminately, unfortunately. So and they do control the pests. I would much rather have a snake than rats in the house, for example, because rats will give you, all sorts of diseases, whereas a snake will cure the rat problem.
The snake might eat my child.
No.
Yeah, I think you just have where did this love for snakes come from?
I think, to be honest, I was brought up in Zambia, and we had one of those great, upbringings and a little bit in the bush. And my brother and I started to catch lizards, but I think there was one day we caught about 80 lizards in the day, and that was a bit too easy. So we then switched to snakes, and that's really how it started. So I've always been fascinated by snakes, and and how they move. I guess they're very beautiful creatures, and I quite like the danger with some of the more dangerous ones. They are.
So finishing off that story of that snake, you grabbed his tail, it's hissing. Did you just let go of him eventually?
Well, I had to, because it got to the point where it was obvious that it was coming back for me. I could not hang on to this thing and defend myself, and it was dark. It was like,
it was bigger than your leg.
Oh yes, yeah.
So
it was huge.
Both your legs together.
It was, so it was probably the thickness of a telegraph pole, I suppose. That sort of thickness. So. That was a big snake. Yeah, it was a big snake. So yeah, that was the one that got away. Very, very unfortunate, that one. But there we go.
Well, thanks a lot for that.
The big PS.
The big PS.
And have you got a social media site where we see these snakes of yours that you catch?
I don't know.
Start one.
I know I should. I should.
You know why? Because people are interested in that, and they're just vlog over what's this crazy guy doing?
That's
and then
right.
you'll start to get paid. You'll be a snake man.
Yeah. I am actually. Yes, I am slightly known as the Snake Man of Uganda, but that is a bit. Now, I'm not that good at snakes, but yeah.
Every time you got your wife there getting the best phone.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Zoom.
Yeah, that's it. So,
okay,
anyway, all right.
Well, thanks a lot for that.
You're welcome. All right.
We hope that episode enhanced your life. We post an interview every day, as well as vlogging on our social media channel. Don't forget to subscribe to get our latest episode.